Yeah, the new interface looks kind of cool.
You look kind of cool.
Thanks.
Whee!
I agree.
We are still not yet ready to call the Landsmaid Grey Warden. Pursue your treaties and return with new allies, if you are at all able to.
Back to the front door. Oops, wrong turn.
Something on your mind? Not unless they were asking me for a favor. Well, there was that one time in Denerim, but those women were not like you. Why? Is this your way of telling me you think I'm handsome? Oh, nothing much. I just get to grin a bit and look foolish for a while.
World map. Right, where was I going? I was going places. Ah, right. So I need to go get the elves and the dwarves.
Let's get started. And make them your bitches.
Well, I mean, I guess if you want to look at it that way.
That escalated.
Right? I'm just like, oh, okay. Sure. Where's Amar? Where's Amar? Why do I feel like I have to go through the mountains? I guess we go to the mountains. No, not a fight. Oh, yeah, it's the merchant's place again. Right. Oh, it is a fight. Last time it wasn't a fight, it was just a dude there.
should be easy enough.
Okay, I guess we leave.
On it.
I had a. I forgot to save the. Oh yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
now
Cool.
she must be.
um.
know what the Regent reminds me of, the way he's acting?
What?
The Orlesians. Pap always said they were tyrants and needed a good boot.
I wouldn't say that out loud. Call Loghain an Orlesian and you're asking for a trip to the dungeon. Has anyone told you what marvelous eyes you possess?
Oh, you wish to talk to me? Truly, it's a courtesy for one so well-armed to notice a lowly merchant. Someone has to. Trade with other races can dry up. We surfacers are Orzamar's lifeline. Even if we're denied a caste, the Assembly says we've turned our back on the stone. But they still use the goods we bring. Hypocrites. Maybe it'll change by the time my children are grown. Twice a year, I'm confined to a trade stall in the Commons, but I see enough. It's very closed in. My grandfather says I've lost my stone sense. I was born topside. I don't remember having it. Best of luck to you.
King Loghain will not...
Vieta, this land is held in trust for the sovereign Dwarven kings. I cannot allow entry at this time.
King Loghain demands the allegiance of the Desher, or lords, or whatever you call them in your assembly. I am his appointed messenger.
I don't care if you're the king's wiper. Orzammar will have none but its own until our throne is settled.
Who doesn't? If I don't get in, no one should.
Orzammar has no king. Endrin Idukan returned to the stone not 3 weeks ago, sick over the loss of his sons. The Assembly has gone through a dozen votes without agreeing on a successor. If it is not settled soon, we risk a civil war.
The Wardens killed King Cailan and nearly doomed Ferelden. They're sworn enemies of King Loghain.
Well, that is the Royal Seal. That means only the Assembly is authorized to address it. Grey Warden, you may pass.
You're letting in a traitor? And a foreigner? In the name of King Loghain, I demand that you execute this stain on the honor of Ferelden. What? Lies and slander! King Loghain will not suffer this. I will not suffer it. I'm his messenger.
Kill each other as you will, but take your sodding fight off my doorstep.
Okay.
We're killing the messenger. Woo!
I'm okay with this. Oops, except for I wasn't paying attention. Hey, Cousin, how are you tonight?
You've done me a service. That fool Imrek was barking for a week. Are all humans so touched? You are free to enter Orzammar, Grey Warden. Though I don't know what help you will find.
Adrast Vala, Warden. Your arrival is a mixed blessing. We prefer that outsiders not witness our infighting, but your presence will be tolerated.
Tolerated? Oogie.
Those statues of dwarven paragons, if I remember right. The best of their ancestors.
There is one thing I do not understand, Alistair.
Just the one.
I'm doing pretty good, thanks.
It is the Assembly who makes a king, and a king who nominates his successor. None of it is carried in the blood.
Or, as now, when someone tries using the Assembly to pull a coup. Who's to say what my father said in his final hours, when the usurper Harrowmont was the only one by his side?
I'll have you thrown in prison.
You've bitten off more than you can chew!
Handlers, separate these dashers in the Diamond Quarter. I will not have Balin incite a riot.
Not speak that way about the man who should be king!
Vieta, Surfacer. I'm bid to let you walk the commons, but keep your place. Warden or not, I want order. Surface problems. Well, we have no king to hear you. You can join the shouting at the Assembly in the Diamond Quarter if you want.
I remember liking the
Guess your
North
lords bickering over Balin, Harrowmont. Is one so different? No paragons here. Surfacers appoint no paragons? Truly, you're lost in all that sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. They've caged themselves for fear of each other. As you've seen, keeping order down among us working people is dodgy. No place for a proper lord. Balin speaks through his second, Vartag Gavorn in the Assembly. Lord Harrowmont speaks through Dulin Ferender from his estate. Surfacers appoint no paragons?
Oh,
Truly,
bummer.
you're lost in
Repeat
all
the same
that
thing.
sky. They are the best of us, declared living ancestors. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. See, that's why I don't want you surfacers seeing our worst. You'll think that's all we are. The market is thin, but busy, and the tavern never closes. Bad blood is usually kept to the proving. Should toss Balin and Harrowmont in there, sort this all out in a hurry. Personal battles for honor and ancestor. I don't expect a surfacer to understand. If you must be our warden, at least know us. Go to the Shaper of Memories in the Shaperate, the true bright spot in the Diamond Quarter. Yes, you should.
Dwarves!
All the rock, I wonder.
And I'm sorry. Did you have an offering for the ancestors? Although I can't imagine your ancestors reside in the stone. My name is Vilda, widow of Turok of the Smith Cast. I pray here every day for my son, Ruck. I only wish I knew whether I should be asking for his safe return or for the ancestors to accept his soul. It was 5 years ago. He was only a youngster. He joined a Deep Roads excursion, the only smith to go with the warriors to repair their arms. He was so proud, but he got separated somehow. When they came home, he wasn't with them. The Deep Roads are where Darkspawn come from. They descend for miles into the earth, and we must patrol them constantly or be overrun. I lost my husband to them. If I lost my son the same way... How? There is no way except to brave the Deep Roads yourself. A warden. So you could do it. Only wardens face the Deep Roads without a company packing them. Oh, thank you. The ancestors finally heed my prayers.
Don't get your hopes up. We could search the Deep Roads for decades with no sight of the boy.
Please, find me as soon as you return.
My party is so snarky.
I do not even want to think from what manner of substance a cave.
That's my favorite part of this game. Just all the inter-party banter.
Of the Red Cliff Chantry, returned to my ancestors' land to spread the chant of light.
Even in the very bowels of the earth, we hear no end of this chant.
And that is something to rejoice in, good sister. I'm petitioning to open a chantry in Orzammar. There is resistance. It's obvious the world wasn't created by the mortal souls who dwelt within it. Yet the dwarves of Orzammar persist in worshipping their own forefathers.
Bearded friends! I like reading your guys' messages. I'm sorry. I get a little enthusiastic.
I need the Shaper of Memory's permission to open a prayer meeting. Oh, I'd hoped you'd say that. I can see the Maker's hand on your shoulder, guiding you always. Please let me know as soon as you've heard anything.
Yay, quests. Let's see what the goods merchant has.
Topsiders? Good. Get some outside gold in here. Calm people down. Make them think we should open the gates for good. The more cracks in the old way, the better. That's what Balin stands for. Not your business, but I see where the gold is. He's the traditional pick, yet he wants a new way, whether some like it or not. Just as many say Harrowmont. Neither are paragons, and the scales being equal, I go with the promise of more trade. Can't find ore without splitting some stone. My investments are solid, I'll be fine. The Assembly has done us a favor. They've shown just how loose the sand is under our feet. It opens people to change. I'll take your gold. You're good for that.
Just do not buy.
Told him I don't understand why the provings aren't open to everyone.
They're everywhere! I can't take it!
I'm coming! Hold on!
Alistar, move. Thank you.
Right.
Are they trapping you again?
Yes.
He obviously wants to get you drunk.
Probably.
Excuse me, you look like you're not from around here. I've been trying forever to find someone who really knows the circus. I don't suppose you've heard of something called the Circle? I've been trying to reach someone there for years. I've sent missives with every caravan, but I never get a reply. I want to know if they would accept me for study. I want to go to the Circle to study.
I assure you that desire will depart the moment you arrive.
I don't want to do magic. No dwarf can cast spells, but I don't see why I shouldn't study it. It would be a valuable exchange. Orzammar would learn of one of the great natural forces of the surface. And the Circle gains direct access to our knowledge of lyrium smithing. That would be wonderful. My name is Dagna, daughter of Janar of the Smithcast. Tell them I've already begun reading the Tevinter Imperiums for Tikum Kadab, and it's just fascinating. Did you know the Imperial Magister Lords once had genealogies of every human family known to produce a mage child? Oh, I'll go pack my bags right now. I'll be waiting by my father's shop.
Holy moly.
On it.
Jack, no.
The social strata quickly makes itself evident no matter where one goes.
Let's get started.
I heard there was a Grey Warden here. I am Dulin Forrender, second to Lord Harrowmont, King Endrin's own choice as successor. Word is spreading that the surface may suffer a blight. It is shameful we are not in a better position to help. In an ordinary time, Lord Harrowmont would be honored to meet you. Unfortunately, we've already caught more than one of Balin's spies approaching Harrowmont under a pretense of friendship. So I'm afraid I won't be able to take your word. If you want to speak to Harrowmont, you will need to prove he can trust you. That's a generous offer. If you mean it, you might attend the proving today. The Deshers take it very seriously. And unfortunately, Balin found some way to blackmail or intimidate House Harrowmont's best fighters into stepping down. That would be enlightening. Though I hope you won't pry too deeply into things they don't wish revealed. If you wish to show your loyalty, enter the proving as his lordship's champion. With your order's reputation, I've no doubt the ancestors would favor your arm.
And this is to be your king. One who cannot keep his own men from running like frightened children.
Lord Harrowmont does not use threats or intimidation to motivate his men. He leads by example.
Ah, I see. So it's his example they follow as they cower from this Prince Balin.
How dare you slander Lord Harrowmont?
Why should we ally ourselves with someone too scared even to grant us an audience? I suppose not everyone can face death as undaunted as an Antivan, it's true.
Then you agree to fight in Harrowmont's name. Balin would never work with anyone who humiliated him in that way. Harrowmont would have no fear of meeting with you then.
Okay, wifey. Do I be his champion, or do I tell him that I'm a neutral party?
I think you should stay neutral until you learn a little more. Because
Okay.
I think if you learn more, it'll be easier to pick a side.
But I'm afraid your only choice is to wait until there's a winner. Lord Harrowmont cannot risk his life working with someone of unproven loyalties. If you change your mind, let me know. The proving is this afternoon, and Lord Harrowmont can certainly use you on his side.
This won't take long. Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Your birthday 7.
Kind of is. It's kind of sad.
This has dragged on too long. It's an insult to
Just gotta put more points into his lockpicking skill.
You.
News of the hour. Support Lord Harrowmont at
For
your
such a
own
short
peril.
people, they do rather
Nothing
like
I
their
say is
buildings
provably false.
On it.
What's going on? By the ancestors. Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things. Thanks again, Warden.
As you wish.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
This should be easy enough.
Oh, I goofed a little bit. Oh no! Forgot to save, of course.
Legion of the Dead Warriors secretly wear Prince Balin's colors.
So, how is it
Our
the
prince
dwarves
has
have a
Orzamar's
king?
deadliest warriors.
I thought they...
We went down a different corridor this time. No.
I thought that was mine. I was like, damn dude, that was quick.
Good on you, Warden. You caught them in the act. I guess desperate times drive people to strange things.
Oh, that's why it's because it loops around. Ha. Huh.
As you wish.
Yeah, why not? I'm gonna give it a try.
Warden, welcome. It is always a blessing for Orzammar to host your order. I am Vartag Gavorn, top advisor to our good Prince Balin. What news do you bring? It would be hard not to notice the Grey Warden and her eclectic entourage. I hear you seek the aid of Orzamar's finest. Yes, the treaty. I've seen it in the Shaper's libraries. Now the difficulty is that the treaty only compels our king, and we are sadly lacking one of those right now. You must understand, Harrowmont hides behind his good reputation while sending spies and assassins. Balin can't know who to trust. It's been like the heart for Balin to see so many of his father's men stand with the usurper. That hurts worst of all. That Harrowmont would take advantage of the dying
that's
king's
interesting.
delirium to plant such poisonous
I shifted
suspicions
to
against his
the
own son.
inhale thing.
After that,
and same with the
you
re.
understand why Balin cannot trust the word of a stranger, however reputable that stranger might be. Would you be willing to prove that? Harrowmont has engaged in a campaign of bribery and coercion to ensure that every house serves him. But if a neutral party, a stranger, were to approach certain key members, perhaps with irrefutable evidence of Harrowmont's deception, I'm certain my Lord Prince would show his gratitude. Haramond promised the same portion of his estate to two different Deshers, Lady Dace and Lord Helmi. Haramond can't possibly grant it to both of them, but they won't find out until after the vote is cast. I have copies of the promissory notes Haramond gave each of them. Once they see those, they should both reconsider their votes. That's not important. If they ask, say you found them while searching the Shaper's libraries for your treaty. Don't expect this offer to last. If my prince hears you swore allegiance to his enemy, he won't be so friendly next time. I will be here if you change your mind.
Threatening me but expecting me to help you out. Okay, yeah.
The assembly is in session. Enter quietly if you wish to observe.
I think it's time for you to go to bed.
Okay, nice injury.
Half our houses would go groaning on the service trade.
The proposal is only effective until we have a king to ensure we are respected by the surfacers.
Leaving you conveniently positioned to take over all contracts. I'll see your head on a pike first.
Okay.
Lords and ladies of the assembly, I've already doubled the guard to prevent violence. Must I summon more?
Steward Bandalore, Balin's sympathizers are tying our hands with trivialities. They may as well open us to the sky.
I suggest we put the matter to a vote.
And I suggest you have a taste of my family's mace.
Enough! The assembly is in recess until the members can regain control of their emotions.
Was it just me, or during that cutscene did one of the dwarves have a staff on her back?
No, definitely.
Yep.
Do not tarry. Proving starts this afternoon.
Warden, I'm outraged.
Be right back.
A thief in the Shaper. What have we been reduced to? I did. He was bald, with the most garish brand across his head. Almost like he took pride in being castless. Imagine. He's probably in the slums somewhere. As if he'd find a buyer for a stolen tome in Dust Town. They couldn't know the value.
When I last walked this hall, Endrin was king and Orzammar was at peace. The memories often speak of the swiftness with which change overtakes us. But it is different to see it firsthand. I apologize, Warden. I should not burden a stranger with such thoughts. I am Zebor, the Shaper of Memories. The Shaperate guards Orzammar's knowledge. We have preserved in Lyrium all of the records of Dwarven history. The memories record all. They are how we know to which family a child owes life, how we trace lost hikes. They ensure we forget nothing of our past, good or bad. Ask, and I shall do my best to answer. All dwarves who die return to the stone as ancestors, to guide their families forever. But only one every few generations rises to Paragon. A Paragon is a dwarf whose accomplishments change Orzammar so much that the Assembly recognizes they've been born blessed. They are venerated as living ancestors and found a new noble house forever bearing their name. There is one Paragon of this generation, a woman named Branka. She was born a smith, but her inventions caught the Assembly's eye. Before she had seen 20 years, she created a smokeless coal. It could burn in a cave without vents and no one would choke from it. It earned her paragon status. She went into the deep roads 2 years ago seeking out secrets of the ancient smiths. She never returned. Your presence here has been recorded in the memories. I wish I knew what significance it has.
Oh, pardon me. Were you looking for a particular volume? Not that I could really help. I don't know the libraries very well. I'm just doing some research. I was looking for something about the Orton Tig. It was lost during the last Blight, and there aren't many records left. They were a noble house once, descended from the Paragon Orton, who composed the grand epic of the Seven Brothers and the Ortonic Symphony. My mother's family believes they were descended from Kalana Orton, who was training in Orzammar when the Tig fell. I'm even named for the house, Orta. Unfortunately, any records would be buried in the Tig's ruins, somewhere in the deep roads. A Grey Warden? Mother always said that if anyone could find the Tig, it was the Wardens. I hear Prince Balin and Lord Harrowmont have both been sending out small teams these days. Yes, if you can find the Tig in any records, that could do it. That could prove I'm a noble. If you could. Maybe now that you're looking, it's almost too much to hope. Let's get started.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Right.
Are you looking for records of the Grey Wardens? We have many.
Perhaps you should stand over there instead. Ah, you return, Warden. Is there more you would know from Orzammar's memories? That is an odd request, especially for one so new to our city. I thought so. This is not the first time he's made this plea. My answer to Brother Burkle hasn't changed. So I ask you the same. On what basis would you have me insult the ancestors and overturn 2,000 years of tradition? What sort of charities do you mean? I am not certain this is in Orzammar's best interests. Our castes have served us well, but it's possible this service could benefit our people. Very well, he may hold a prayer meeting as he requested, if not build a new temple to his god. At least the words would come from one of our own. Now, is there anything more? I will record this conversation in the memories. I hope I do not come to regret it.
Ta-da.
I don't know what those kids are still doing awake.
Oh no, they're still up.
Yes.
Oh no.
Must we stand so close to the edge? Can you not feel the mountain directly over our heads?
Lord Balin's impending marriage to a castless proves his dedication.
Legion of the Dead sighted battling Darkspawn near Orzammar. They have no orders.
It's like almost 1 in the morning, holy moly. What are they doing up?
Their mommy is too busy talking.
Oh boy.
Their dog is also missing.
Interesting.
Andraste teaches that patience is the child of wisdom, but I'm eager to hear if you've seen the Shaper. Oh, praise the Maker! You truly walk in the light, friend. I already
didn't
found a
do
convert
it.
among the merchants. Temporary chantry. It's just by the Baxters. Please come to our first service.
I wasn't sure if you meant literally or if he was just like wandering somewhere.
Well, I heard a noise earlier outside. It made Giggles jump up in the window. But I didn't. But now Rachel's out there calling for him and he won't come.
Ooh. So like he's literally lost.
Let me guess.
Or he went in the wrong yard.
Yeah, that can be. Very easily.
Who are you? You don't look like any guardsman I ever saw, and that's not much of a uniform. Oh, you looking for a chance to bring in some coin? Could be I have that opportunity. Especially for someone with a few connections above ground. Human kings, you know, they make these ridiculous laws. Like about who gets to buy and sell lyrium, the sacred gift the stone provides us to show her love. No law should regulate that. The laws are meant to keep mages away from the stuff, so there's always buyers in the Circle Tower. I got one man named Godwin. He's expecting a delivery of a stone's weight. You want an investment opportunity? I could see fit to, say, sell you that lyrium instead, at the reasonable price of 50 sovereigns. You can keep it, or, since you can travel freely from here, sell it to Godwin, who you know is buying. And if you bring back his return order, I could pay you, say, 20 sovereigns as a finder's fee.
That's great. Oh, which option? Which option? Should I turn him in or should I continue with his little discussion?
smuggling is illegal.
That it is. Shame.
I don't think so. Boys!
That's literally the line.
That was literally the line.
This should be easy enough.
Hey, I made 20 gold off of him. And not do anything.
On it.
And then we all went
What are you looking for? We got nothing to buy for the likes of you. Or maybe you wanted to sell. Well, our business is kind of covert, if you know what I mean. It's illegal in Orzammar for me to engage in protected trade, but they look the other way if I share things with my friends. For money. Why don't you take a look?
Alistair here.
You're back. You got more business for me? Of course.
Have you a coin to spare, milady? It's for my son. He's sick. He hasn't any clean clothes to wear or anything to eat today. Neither have I. Thank you. That a stranger would care so much when my own family barred me from their halls unless I'm willing to. But no! I can't bear to even think of it! My son's father is castless. as is he. I used to be a minor, but my parents stripped my caste and refused to accept me back. Unless I agree to abandon the child in the deep roads and pretend I never bore him. In Orzammar, lineage is traced through the child's same-sex parent. Had my baby been a girl, she would have been a minor like me. But as a boy, my son is tainted forever by his father. Yes, I can become casteless with him, which is what I've done. Others have raised children like this, right? Begging for change, sleeping in doorways? I heard as much. There was a man speaking on the street, talking about the human religion. He called himself a cleric. Said he could help me. Do you? Perhaps you could talk to him. I wouldn't know what to say. I know nothing of this chantry. If he can help, my gratitude would be unending. As you...
Ladies shouldn't sit like that.
Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
At your service. At your service. Well, we're not exactly alone. What did you have in mind? You know, I was just thinking the same thing. Given the circumstances, things could have been so much worse. I'm so grateful that you're you, instead of some other Grey Warden. That sounded better in my head. I just mean to say that I can't imagine having done this without you. Now we just need to be rid of that pesky archdemon, and everything will be back to normal, right?
Flirting with Elstar gains approval.
Oh.
Right.
I flirt with him all day.
I actually believe that. Not a doubt in my mind.
And it'd be equally awkward on both sides because I suck at flirting.
Welcome to what will soon be Orzammar's first chantry. The chant of light will reach all corners of the world. We will never forget who made this possible. The chantry never turns away a soul in need. How can I help? So many suffer as long as people deny that all are equal in the Maker's eyes. Tell this woman that the Chantry will raise her child without questions. Whatever her reasons for giving him up, she can know he'll always have a place with us.
You're back. I thought you weren't coming. What did he say? I never thought anyone in Orzammar could care for the fate of a castless child. I will go at once. If there's something he can do for my son, I will count your name higher than the ancestors.
Quest completed.
It seems darker this way. Perhaps this is how one leaves the Dwarven city.
What's this? An elf? I'm sorry, but I cannot allow you past the front lines without Adesha's permission. And I've heard nothing of any new patrols scheduled to leave today.
Don't let the comm fool you. The Darkspawn are down there, aren't they, Commander?
Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack.
The surface? But I thought the vermin never went up that far except
during blights. Ancestors save us if that's what's happening. What anyone knows? She went out there with her entire house and she's never coming back.
You don't think maybe she's still there, Commander? She is a paragon, after all.
And now she's an ancestor. No one lasts 2 years in the tunnels. Of course not. Down here, you're bound to run into giant spiders, deep stalkers, and other vermin. Ugly beasts they are. Walk on 2 legs, but they have the head of a worm and hunt in packs. Watch out. They're not afraid to take on a group their own size. A few outposts. Legion of the Dead, mostly. Fools that they are. Some scavenger types, too. It's an independent company of soldiers. They accept no command but their own. Anyone who can bear arms can join, no matter his crimes, or sanity. They hold a funeral when they join, and swear their only goal is a glorious death. Into the deep roads? Not without a full unit of soldiers to back you, my friend. Or Adesha's permission to risk yourself. Orzammar can't afford to lose its citizens or honored guests on casual visits to the deeps. For your sake, I hope you've no reason to come here again.
Alright, quick break. Be right back.
Okay.
Alrighty, I've returned.
Welcome back, Woody.
Thank you. I needed some food and a beer.
I feel that. I went and got a drink.
Good for you. Alright, time to go get somebody's permission to enter the deep. Possibly be forced to pick a side while I'm at it. I still have no idea what side I would pick. They both seem bad. I elect a third. I don't know who, but I elect a third.
Well, they both have good points and they both have bad points.
Yeah, I believe it. Who did you choose?
My first time through, I chose Balin just because he wants to change the whole cast thing.
Mm-hmm.
But he's kind of a jerk, so I don't know.
He seems like a jerk. But the other guy's kind of like a liar, so I don't know. Which one's worse?
That's why I chose Balin the first time too. I was like, I don't like liars. Like, see, at least, in my opinion, Balin's really upfront about being a Haruman, like, hides it.
Yeah. But the king wanted the other guy. Must be for a reason.
Or so they say.
Doesn't allow anyone into the deep roads alone. If you want to get through, you need permission from one of the Deshers. I don't suppose you know any, do you?
I'm sorry, you kind of cut out. What was the last thing you said?
I said they say that he was chosen, but there's not actually any proof.
Ooh. They lied. So many lies.
As you Right.
Thank you for helping me. Brother Burkle says the Maker lifted the darkness from your eyes. Thank you for helping me. Brother Burkle says the Maker lifted the darkness from your eyes.
of the hour. Lord Balin promises.
As you wish.
Grey Warden arrives in Orzammar, most likely to pay respects to the rightful king, Prince Balin.
This should be easy enough.
I hope you're not wasting my time with more dithering. The choice I gave you was clear. If you want Balin to support you in your surface war, you'll have to help him take the throne. Excellent. I have the promissory notes right here. Just take them to Lady Dace and Lord Helmy, and show them Harrowmont is not as honest as he claims. Lady Dace doesn't
I don't want to give you spoilers. Wait.
Oh no, you're fine. Just sometimes I have a hard time choosing. So I'm like,
You learned of them and drew your own conclusions.
Well, they're both bad for different reasons. One of them's less bad than the other. You just have to think about who would be better. Yes.
yeah, that doesn't help me much. I suck at those choices.
I'm sorry, I just can't. I can't help
No, it's
without
fine.
spoiling things.
It's fine. I can go this route. If I decide to play again, I can go the other route. It's all good.
Ah, I suppose you're the Grey Warden everyone's talking about. It's fascinating the surface has an entire order dedicated to fighting Darkspawn. Down here, that's just what fighting means. But I'm sure it's more difficult on the surface. It must be much harder to find them. Now, was that an attempt to cozen me into revealing my choice, or are you simply making small talk? It's so hard to tell with you surface types. You're all so charmingly direct and artless. Yes, I am a member of the Assembly at Desha. I will be one of 80 nobles of purest blood to pick our sovereign king. If you're asking me where my vote lies, I'm forbidden to tell until the stones are cast. Well, this isn't exactly a surface broadsheet. Where did you get these? Never mind. It is true enough. There's nothing I can do about it. This deal was made on behalf of our entire house. Only my father can revoke it. He is leading a Deep Roads expedition, trying to secure an ancient tide. It's unlikely he'll be back before the election, but perhaps this vote is important enough for you to brave the tunnels to tell him? The Dace family would be in your debt. Thank you. He was searching an old Idukan site. He left me with this map, in case his expedition never returned. I'll give you a pass as well. Usually, no one is allowed past the front lines. Good luck.
Lord Harrowmont is the voice of tradition and stability.
2 years tomorrow.
On it.
get enough of our clammy mine air, can you? Did you need something? I see you have his daughter's seal, so I will not stop you. But be careful. Just because the beasts are pulled back from Orzammar doesn't mean there are any fewer in the deep roads. Either we finally have the edge, which I doubt, or the beasts are building up numbers for the next attack. Best of luck.
Ooh. He sounds so excited when you guys win. Pew, I smell a skunk inside.
Ew. That's not good. I mean, we get them all the time here, don't get me wrong, it's just they really are stinky.
Let's get started. Right.
Network error? No!
Oh no!
On it.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Yay! Okay, the way he described them makes them look so much more uglier, but they're kind of cute.
Oh, they're ugly up close.
Oh, I'm sure. But, you know, they're kind of cute. In their own way.
On it.
Careful. I don't think that's the last of them. Pulled us from a tight spot, friend. You have my gratitude. I am Lord Anwar Dace. So how does an elf come to be down here, anyway? I don't understand. What could... These are the terms of a deal we made with Lord Harrowmont, but... the charlatan. He's promised the exact same land to Helmy. Thank you for bringing this to my attention. I owe you twice now. My life and my house's fortune. We will certainly not support a man who would use my family like that. I will tell everyone I know what a wretched trick Harrowmont tried to play. I must return now. My men need healing and I want to look into this. You wish to travel with us? Be careful then. There are more dangerous things than deep stalkers down here.
I think the deep roads was like my least favorite part of the whole game.
Makes sense.
As you wish. This should be easy enough. Let's get started. As you wish.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
This should be easy enough.
I'll be right back. Need to use restroom.
Okay.
On it.
So, I've been hearing rumors that a certain wine merchant is falling behind on his payments.
I can't imagine what you mean. I pay my expenses.
What about the expenses your good friend Jarvia incurs when providing your protection? It's not easy ensuring nothing
Hello.
that no one decides to just burn everything in your store.
My store! Please, I don't have much. Business isn't good. People are scared. Tell Jarvia I'll get her money.
Jarvia is not happy with your promises, old man. Now let's go inside and see what you've been holding back.
It's going pretty good. How about yours?
This is all I have right now. I could get more if I sell something.
Well, looks like we have a visitor. Friend of yours?
Is there a problem here, friend? Are these men threatening you?
Please, don't get involved with this. You don't know what they're like.
Then allow me to make some introductions. These are dangerous times in Orzammar, stranger. Lucky us, the mercenary Jarvia is offering protection.
Thanks for the sub.
You're wearing some fancy stuff there. Might make you a target. So if you want the Carta's guarantee
I know,
of
fancy,
safety,
right?
it's yours for the reasonable price of 10 gold sovereigns. Or I can't say what might happen.
Let's
really
play
should
dumb.
learn more about the places you visit. The Carta is the foundation of business in Orzammar. It's a commercial venture of like-minded individuals who make money in whatever way suits their talents. You say protection racket, I say honorable business. You say thief, I say dead elf. Are you going to make your donation to the Stranger Safety Fund? Or do I have to show you how dangerous Orzammar is? Whoa. All right, you win. I'm not gonna die for 10 lousy sovereigns.
Ancestors, bless you for saving my poor store. I don't know how to express my gratitude. I've never met her, of course. They say she never leaves Dusttown. That's the older area of the city where the casteless congregate. She's the one directing this depravity. Since good King Endrin died, they're getting bolder. They used to be a problem only in Dusttown, but now they're in the commons, shaking honest men down for coin. A band of casteless thugs. They're to blame for all the crime in Orzammar these days. They're criminals, and the children of criminals. The ancestors themselves declared them irredeemable. These casteless, they're all the same. Beggars, thugs, and murderers, everyone. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm grateful for your help, but I don't think we have any more to talk about.
Okay then. Actually, no. I want to see what you have for sale.
Do you have something more pleasant you wish to discuss? I'm showing you the lowest prices I can afford, I assure you.
Hey, health potions. Oops, I meant to buy all of those.
Ooh, life juice.
Right. That one's a good one. Curtain eggs. That's great. Nice one, Ivy. Alright.
We were playing dumb, weren't we?
Yes, yes, we were. Do you remember where the second dude I'm supposed to talk to is?
Which second dude? Talk to?
Lord somebody or other, so that I can show him the paper.
Oh, I don't remember his name, but the quest sure was.
Welcome to Jannar Family Armors. I must say, you look like our type of people. Looking for a new set of mail? At Jannar's, we have everything from leather to platinum. Has she been bothering you? It's a whiff of surface stink, and she's like a cave tick. Won't let go. Do you even know what that means? If Dagna goes to the surface, she forfeits her caste. She'll never be able to marry or work in Orzammar again. Dwarves don't do magic. Dagna knows that. It's just a childhood fantasy that dies hard. Please, if you see her, send her back and let me talk some sense into her.
Okay, what you got for wares, sir?
Don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family. I, for 100 generations.
Lord Helmy, that's his name.
Yeah. That dude.
But, I'm guessing by your face, you're not a smith yourself. That she was. The best to walk these tunnels since Caridin himself. Threw it away, chasing old dreams, though. The best smith who ever lived, bar none. He gave us the secret of forging golems that could walk, talk, and defend our borders. When we had them, no dwarf had to risk himself against the Darkspawn. It was a golden age for the smith caste. His work was lost centuries ago when his tide fell to the Darkspawn. No one even knows where it is anymore. Of course, keep in mind we also take items on trade. Don't encourage Dagna further. Tell her you were wrong and that her place is with her family. Of course, keep in mind we also take items on trade.
Am I the only person here watching my wifey?
Yes, ma'am.
So wait, that dude came in, subscribed, and then left?
I think so.
I see his thing in chat. I've heard enough. You win, and then he subscribes.
I know, that was so weird. I was like, what? All I asked was how your day was.
I stay out of politics. It's not good for a smith to get the attention of those who grant vendors licenses. Lord Harriman's a fair man. I My father did business with him. He always paid on time. But the Idukans have served us well. If it is the ancestors' wisdom to keep them on the throne, I cannot object. You're welcome back if you change your mind. And you needn't bring a lot of coin. We also accept items in trade.
I didn't expect you back so soon. Have you been to the Deep Roads already? He was a beautiful boy, so meticulous. He used to polish his armor until it glowed. He was with a unit under one of the Dace boys, so his shield would have their insignia, double axes. My son was on a mission near... oh, it was one of the old Tigers. I never paid much attention. I know it was one of the famous ones. One that was lost in the last blight. May the ancestors guide you.
You're back? But it takes 2 weeks and 4 days minimum to make the journey to the Circle Tower.
Why do I get the feeling charting routes to the Circle Tower is one of her favorite hobbies?
I'm guessing you haven't left yet. You
Aw, she's so adorable.
Of course he won't let me go. He wants to sell me off for the highest dowry. I don't care if I lose my caste. I'll stay on the surface forever. No, they ruin everything. They want me to be just like them. They'll never understand.
Okay then. Too bad for you. Oh, yeah, she is very cute. I found him in the bar.
Lord Dennick Helmi, honored Desher of the Orzammar Assembly, and terrible disappointment to my esteemed mother, who doesn't like me spending time in taverns. You understand what I'm saying, right? On the surface, there are no castes, and it works fine. Am I right, Warden? Very good. I guess someone already told you I was good for nothing, drinking my life away at tapsters. Or did they leave off at greatest shame to ever fall upon the Assembly? I'm always like that. You know, most smiths and tavern keeps would make decent deshers if we gave them a chance and a seat in the Assembly. Orzammar is so mired in tradition, no one bothers asking if the castes are even necessary. Badly. Oh, you're serious? Well, it's simple, I guess. The king and elected deshers of the Assembly are at the top. Then it's the nobles. Then the warriors and all the craftsmen. At the bottom are servants. The casteless and criminals are below even that. Your caste is determined by that of your same-sex parent. And that's where you stay your whole life, whatever your skill. Oh, well, I'd ask for proof, or why you care, but frankly, I'm so tired of it I'm not even surprised anymore. I don't even want the land, but my house would kill me if I turned it down. Responsibilities, you know. Now I'll have to go through the whole process of rejecting the deal. And we'll both have to try something else. And I thought it was going to be a nice day. I actually thought he was the better candidate. You must think I'm pretty soddy naive, huh? They're all the same, well-dressed, blood-sucking cave ticks. I'll have to inform Mother that Lord Harrowmont hasn't bought our vote after all.
Yay, quest is finished. Oops, get me out of the bar. No, I want out. Move. Thank you.
Nope, you gotta stay. Gotta get drunk.
Yeah, let's not do that. Do-do-do-do.
I keep having weird moments where I'm like really sleepy and then feel very awake.
Oh, you and me both. It's okay.
What do you want, Warden? You're out of your element down here. I'm no fool. Nobody just wanders around in Dust Town. You're here looking for me, and I don't like it. You've walked into
That's
a
a
sodding
face
fight,
only a
Warden.
mother could
I've
have.
already passed the stick to him along. Too bad for you.
Let's get started.
Do, 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 do.
You're so cute. That sounded so extra dramatic because of the way that you lagged when you did that. Ugh, I cannot get comfortable in my chair tonight. Holy moly.
I know that feeling. This chair needs to be exit.
Wait, where was I going?
Going to be the very best there ever was.
Why are you so cute?
Only for you, baby.
They're still kind of cute up close. Yes, I just tapped into voice chat text. And their mouth is a little creepy, but you know, they're still kind of cute.
They're spoopy.
News of the hour. Support Lord Balin and...
They look even worse in the other game.
New offensive
Oh no.
is required against the Darkspawn, says Lord Balin.
Lady Dace just came through the quarter on a tear. She's telling everyone who'll listen what a leech and a liar Harrowmont is. Good job. So you were serious about wanting to help us. Are you ready to meet Balin now? I warn you, be on your best behavior, and keep your weapons sheathed.
He warns me.
Be a good girl now.
I am impressed, Warden. Not many outsiders so quickly grasp Orzamar's rather convoluted politics. I am Prince Balin. Fartag told me of your efforts against the usurper who tried to claim my father's throne. Harrowmont spent his life in the Assembly. He only knows how to lead through compromise and capitulation. That's not what Orzammar needs. The Darkspawn are massing for a blight. The land's topside have been torn apart. We need a strong leader now, someone who can stand up to the Assembly. Someone who will rule, not persuade. There is only one thing of importance when I take the throne. The Blight. We need absolute unity to fight against the fulcrum of true evil. Absolutely. And sworn on the mail of my ancestors, as soon as Orzammar is united under my rule. Unfortunately, while this debate rages, I have no power to send the troops you need. You've seen for yourself, the city is a slaughterhouse. Criminals run lawless. I could never hold the throne if I allowed such chaos. Jarvia and her Carta are behind this bedlam. If you can eliminate them, I promise as king, I will send as many troops as you need to fight the Darkspawn. Unfortunately, I have little information on Jarvia. Her base of power is in Dust Town, the lowest part of the city, and my men have few sources there. Maybe the castless will talk more freely with a stranger. And I will wait eagerly for your return.
As you wish. This should be easy enough.
Please be quiet. My patient needs her rest. Fools and their politics. The poison was probably imported as a king killer, and she got dosed by mistake. Never seen anything this potent. Warden, I don't know. Maybe you've seen something like this on the surface. Maybe you've used something like it. If you can chase these things down, I'll thank you. But I won't get my hopes up. The stone will take her soon.
Oh, well. I most definitely do not have what I need for that at the moment. Yeah, a little bit.
News of the hour. Grey Wardens approve of Lord Galen's plans to... Orzammar questions Lord Balin's ability to win the throne without Grey Warden assistance. Can he rule without them as well?
On it.
My thing will pop up. Did you see?
You're back. You got more business for me? Enough to know she don't fancy strangers asking questions. Her base goes everywhere in Orzammar. You cross her or even talk bad, your bones end up in the lava. Could be if 30 silver came my way, I might know a bit. Only Jarvia's men know all the entrances to her base. But I tell you, I've watched them. They go up to what look like bare walls, and poof. Gone. Like there's a secret door. There's one just across the way. Watch long enough, and you'll see. Now you want to buy something, or are we done? That's what I thought.
That's what he done.
You and I had the same thought.
Your clothes are so fancy. Did you get them topside? My ma'am used to say they don't got no stone to protect them topside. If I go up there, I'm gonna fall into the sky. Yes. When my dot left, he never came back. Who's to say he didn't fall up, eh? Don't fall into the sky when you go back up there.
Yes, wifey, that is a dead dog.
I know. I was trying not to think about it.
I just saw you run over there and I was like, oh no, she saw.
Yep.
As you wish.
Perhaps I could have a try at that.
Well, I don't know if you have to talk to her first, but while you're down here, you can get a pet nug for Leliana.
My naked little friend.
Braska.
Indeed.
Yes, the naked one.
Oh,
Like how
nice,
she
they
puts her
level up.
hand on her hip. Oh, indeed.
Yes? Vast holes carved from the stone of the mountain, lined with the chiseled marble figures of paragons, so fine as to mirror life itself. Soaring ceilings grand enough to make any man forget the sky and the sun, and to question
Just
the
standing in the middle of the street talking to a naked chick.
reason, but none prepare me for what I have seen here. It is marvelous. Yes? Well, here I am. I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell, and the darkness drew me in. When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rose bush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith. No, not voices. It's not so simple. He spoke directly to my soul, in a language no human tongue can express. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Black devours everything? I don't know.
he made this world, he could destroy it. But there is so much worth saving. You're such a pessimist.
Oh.
That's a wonderful thought.
Naked lady, no life.
This is true.
Yes.
Woohoo, plus 10. Forget about doggy.
I not. No worries.
Vashaden.
There, puppy has been upgraded too.
Yes.
Alright, let's make sure I upgrade her before I forget. She hasn't even earned much. Rib.
Horseford.
Yes.
Well, look at that. It's not often old Nadezda sees a fine-dressed stranger here in Dust Town. Help a poor cripple. What are you looking for? Know her. I used to run with her. Jarvia took over the Carta not more than a year ago, and already she's got every duster with both legs bearing swords for her. Won't be easy. She's gotten real careful since Barak died. Real paranoid. She's got Carta members all carrying these fingerbone tokens. She scratches some mark into them so she'll know they came from her. There's doors to her base all over the city, but only one is ever open at a time. And if you show up without a token, you'd never know it was there. Can't help you there, Selrocka. The Carta members keep them real tight. Now, how about that coin you promised? I'll think of you when I go to bed with a full stomach.
Oh, wifey, so nice.
got more business for me? Of course. You're back. You got more business for me? Only Jarvia's men knew all the entrances to her base. But I tell you, I've watched them. They go up to what look like bare walls, and poof, gone. Like there's a secret door. There's one just across the way. Watch long enough, and you'll see. Now, you want to buy something, or are we done? That's what I thought.
Hmm. I know. Oh, I know what I was gonna do.
Vashaden.
Damnation. Indeed.
Well, look what we have here.
Jarvia said you were looking for trouble. Congratulations. You found it.
I didn't intend to come in with her naked. Fixed.
Another battle. Good ruling saves some dignity, fool.
Don't kill me! Sorry ancestors. What do they teach you on the surface? You fight like a bleeding archdemon. Sweet bloody stone, look at them all.
The base is below the city. You can get to it through the wall of the third house on this row. Put this token through the slot, and it'll open. Well, will you let me go now?
Really? Oh, thank you. You're a good person. How do they say it?
The ancestors have shown their favor.
Bless you.
I await your command. We are hardly alone, so privacy is not an option. It is your question, however. Ask what you will. I am here because Flemeth commanded me to aid you. Why? Do you wish me to leave? I can do so if you prefer. Then I assume our discussion ends here.
Rip.
As you wish.
armor. Still not good enough. Is they're only good for distractions, I agree.
Of all the...
Yes.
They're always so unhappy when you take them out of the party.
Mm-hmm.
Whee! Off to kill cartons of eggs.
What's the password? Looks like we have a martyr, boys.
Couldn't help it. I didn't know the answer, so I just felt like insulting her. No, they hit hard. Didn't mean to be that close to them.
As you wish. Right.
Ooh, that was gruesome. He was beheaded. Almost.
Let's get started. Where do I get myself in these scrapes?
Buffering is getting worse.
Not the buffering.
Which is weird, because the net should be better right now since everybody else is pretty much asleep.
Yeah, you'd think. Of course, I triggered the trap. Trigger. All these maze caves.
This should be easy enough.
What do you wish of me?
you wish. This should be Let's get started. This should be easy enough.
Yes, so many rocks.
On it.
Oh. Too many rocks.
I agree.
So Balin finally realized his throne means nothing if he can't hold it, yet he still doesn't bother to send his own men. Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king, as long as there's a queen. You'll pay for their deaths 100 times over. Kill them! But leave the pretty one alive. I have plans for her.
She hits a little harder than I expected. Wow, that lag. Oops.
Oh. I don't know what's happening. I'm so far behind.
Don't crash, please. Oh, thank goodness.
So Balin finally realized his throne means nothing if... Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king, as long as there's a queen. Hardly convincing when your blades are covered in my men's blood. Kill them! But leave the pretty one alive.
be at your side.
Okay, I think I get it, kind of. Oi.
Bad little short people.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I should be saying that.
Considering how short we are.
But we're not dwarf short.
Well, this is true.
So Balin finally realized his throne means nothing if he can't hold it. Yet he still doesn't bother to send his own men. Well, you picked the wrong side, stranger. It doesn't matter who's king. You'll...
Ha!
Oh, my speed. And then there were none.
Exactly.
I am getting sleepy for real.
Me too, to be very honest.
On it.
God! By all the beards of my ancestors! How did you... Where did you come from? You made a hole in my wall! No! I don't have anything to do with them! They're criminals! When they built this part of the city, they must have built over some tunnels. I swear I had no idea. Oh, just leave me alone. I don't want anything to do with this. And if anyone comes asking, I'm gonna tell them you did it.
Uh-huh.
I like how there's still dead bodies in the street.
Right.
Grey Wardens endorse anarchy in Orzammar.
Lord Harrowmont, furious at the Grey Warden's interference, claims no one can stop his plans to strip Orzammar.
Oh, I see. The red-headed dwarf there, back there toward the entrance area. I want to talk to him.
Okay.
Let's get started. Right.
And go back to the entrance.
I just saw your cursor go over him, and I was like, oh.
Can you believe it? Ogren's barely even warrior caste anymore, and he just clomps in here like he's entitled.
Ogren's a drunken wretch. He comes up here 2-3 times a week, hounding people to lead some suicidal rescue mission after Bronca. Gets quite violent about it. I'd be scared if they hadn't practically gelded him after he killed young Lord Mino.
Well, he killed Lord Mino's youngest son in a duel to first blood. It was a huge scandal. Ogren should have been executed, but he'd won honors in the Deep Roads. Instead, they stripped him of all weapons and forbid him from engaging in fights within city limits. If he breaks the decree, he'll be exiled.
She's still his wife, isn't she? Even if she took their entire house into the Deep Roads and abandoned him. It's been 2 years since Bronca left. No one has ever stayed in the Deep Roads that long and survived. The search teams who went out found nothing, but Ogren wants to keep risking lives searching. Chasing some old treasure. She was quite secretive. Outright rude, really. She said she never asked to found a house, that she didn't care about politics, and that we were too self-absorbed to defeat the Darkspawn. She actually threatened anyone who said they'd come after her. She invented a smokeless fuel that let the Smith caste increase their output by nearly 1/3. Deaths from the Black Lung also dropped. The Assembly said she had the favor of the ancestors and declared her a paragon. They moved Bronca, Ogren, and all their relatives to the noble caste and founded a new house in her name. Well, before she was a paragon, she was just a smith, and Ogren was one of the best warriors of his generation. If you see any guardsmen, tell them Ogren was at it again.
Okay, talk to Redhead Dude.
Yeah. Wonder where I can't remember what Ogren is, so.
for your service.
Maybe someone you can get as a companion.
Oh.
We are glad to have you here, Warden.
The Prince appreciates your service.
Well, you've simply outdone yourself. They're talking all over the city about how someone finally went through Dusttown and slaughtered the Carta like Genlocks. It's a little late to trouble yourself now. You have done the city a great service. I promise as soon as I take the throne, I will send the troops you need. Unfortunately, I cannot say when. While many Deshers appreciate my ending Jarvia's threat, Harriman still holds great loyalty. We need something more dramatic to shift the balance. What do you know of the Paragon Branca? She is the only Paragon in 4 generations, and she turned her back on her responsibilities. A Paragon is like an ancestor born in this time. If she returned, her vote would outweigh the entire assembly. Anyone with her support could take the throne unchallenged. I hope you will bring her back to endorse me as king. She had an entire house with her, dedicated to her protection. With the number of ruins still intact, they could last for a long time. And Harrowmont is looking as well. It's too risky to assume she's dead, only to have him take credit for finding her. I was hoping you could use your legendary charm to persuade her that the rightful king should take the throne. However, if the deep roads have addled her wits, it might be best she not return before the kingship is decided. I did not know her personally. 2 years ago, I was still considered a child, not one to consort with Orzamar's finest. From what I hear, her intellect was unrivaled, but the social graces were beneath the notice of one so gifted. I was hoping you could use your legendary charm to persuade her that the rightful king should take the throne. However, if the deep roads have addled her wits, it might be best she not... I would never say that. She is a paragon. It is my duty to protect her. On the other hand, we must respect her decisions. Should she prefer to stay in the deep roads rather than help her rightful king take the throne, we must assist her. By any means necessary. Then we will both go down in history as a paragon's saviors. So far, my men have traced Branca to Caridin's Cross, an ancient crossroad lost to the Darkspawn 4 centuries ago. Her trail ends there. Perhaps with your warden's expertise, you can find what my men could not. You must enter the deep roads through the mines. To protect the city, that's the only path we leave open. Caridin's Cross lies many miles deep into the tunnels. It was once a main thoroughfare, but before Branca, no one had stepped foot there in generations. You have my thanks. Seek her in Caridin's Cross. I will try to delay the vote until you return.
And with that, we will play more tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
Thank you for tuning in.